Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals of the Homestory Cup 24. We got Serral, the GOAT, the four-time champ, going up against the hopeful. It's Clem. Serral, of course, taken down 4 Homestory Cup titles before, well, forfeiting 2 to Rainer, so the past 2 Homestory Cups, Homestory Cup 23 and 22, were won by Rainer. But before that, Serral had a 4-win streak on Homestory Cup titles, so he basically won 17 to 21 in a row, and he's back with a vengeance. He's here for number 5. But Clem is here for his first Homestory Cup title, and at this point in time, his first Premier title. So let's see what he brings to the table, because when you go at the champ, or you come at the champ, you better come correct. And what better map to start us off with than Equilibrium, the map with these cheeky gold bases that can be sieged from a high ground, can be sieged from behind. They're on the full low ground, but oh, the reward for taking that base is ever so juicy. Rich minerals, rich geyser. But for now, Serral taking it slow, taking his natural. Taking normal blue minerals over these ever-looming gold minerals. I guess he's a little afraid of the Clem Reaper. And who wouldn't be? Now, one thing you might have noticed in the thumbnail, this series is a best of 5, not a best of 7. Usually the tournaments or the finals are best of 7, if not best of 9, which we could do nowadays, with 9 maps. Oh, look at this Overlord pathing. Very nice. Clem is not going to see that, and you'll have a very nice Overlord that can just go in from the back. Reaper going in. Trying to get a kill here. Okay, nothing's going to happen. Right? So this is a best of 5, and they did that because the tournament was running out of time. I'm not sure what happened, but basically the tournament was running overtime, and the players agreed to a best of 5. Oh, Clem Reaper takes down a singular Ling. Let's go. Just to make sure that the tournament wouldn't run to like 2 AM in the morning or later. So we're playing a best of 5 between Clem and Serral here to determine the winner of Homestory Cup 24. It's been like 40 videos, I think. And this is now the epic conclusion. Serral taking down, or putting down some creep tumors in the front here. Oh, the Reaper actually gets by these Zerglings, but speed is about to finish, so this Reaper could be in for a nasty surprise. But Clem should know 330 is the moment you get the F out of there. We do have 2 Hellions backing up this Reaper. And now we have Cyclones coming as well, so Clem trying to put on some early pressure, or keep on the pressure. Who thought about going in but doesn't. Serral does make a couple links, just in case Clem is crazy enough to do a run by. And he takes his 3rd base near his main here, so the close by air base. And we see the Cyclone speed upgrade coming in. That's the movement speed upgrade. Gold base thoroughly ignored so far. Big Sag. And 2 more Cyclones underway. Double factory coming out from Clem. We saw Hero Marine do this as well, to great success. One Overlord does go down as Zanaga Tower, giving vision of that Overlord. We see Roachworm coming out for Serral as a response to these Cyclones here. Lair underway as well. We have a decent amount of Queens that can, of course, heal each other through the damage. Now Clem putting on the hurt here. 1 Queen. Oof. Does get hurt, but a decent transfuse. Keep it alive, so 0 damage so far. Except for a little bit of energy lost on the Zerg side. We see the Roaches coming out. Of course, Serral wants to wait as long as possible to take a fight here. And not let Clem get that value. But speed for the Cyclones is about to finish. And since this is quite a new build, I don't know if Serral knows that timing, as it were. That going right now probably favors you over waiting 10 more seconds, right? More Hellions joining the fight as well. Stim is coming up, so Clem is transitioning into a bio push here, but look at these Cyclones getting value now. Serral pulling the trigger, and the moment speed finishes, he does get a surround here. Roaches and Ravagers doing some damage, but look at all of those Lings just getting annihilated here by the Hellion Cyclone combination. Ravager getting targeted down by the Cyclones there, but nice transfuses. No more transfuses on deck, though, and the Ravager actually getting sniped by a Hellion. That Hellion is a champ. Do get Roach Speed on deck. We have 3-base saturation for Serral, though, so even though he lost a bunch of units, his economy is supremo. Completely fine. He has a lair, he has a Roach Speed coming. Doesn't have any upgrades yet, but he survived. He has double Evo. Gets a 4th base, still ignoring the gold base. Dude, these super good players are too cool for school, too cool for gold. The only gold they care about is the first place medal, baby. Now, 3rd base does go down for Clem here, and we see a bunch of barracks are already up and churning out bio. Finally, a starport as well, so we can see some medevac, so you can actually do some bio pushing. And what is he going to use the double factory for? Siege tanks and Widow Mines? That would be so cool. Having both siege tanks and Widow Mines, like, it's kind of hard to engage into as a Zerg player. Because sending out, like, that 1-2 Zerglings to trigger a Widow Mine, suddenly they just get blown up by a siege tank. Kind of like a stasis ward being protected by a couple Colossi. Suddenly you have to commit a couple more units. Now we see Infestation Pick coming out and a Baneling Nest, so Serral might be going into a relatively quick hive. Could be for Vipers, could be for the Crackling upgrade, Ultralisk, or just 3-3 along the way. Could even be for Infestors, but like, Infestors are just kind of nerfed right now. Like, they're decent, but yeah. Especially the vision that they give when burrowed is really cool. Like we saw a Laser do versus Hero Marine, I think. Double drop coming out of Clem here. Finally, Serral committing to the gold. Is not cheating when it's your 5th base. Double upgrades almost done here for both players, and Clem is going to have the advantage here. Oh, actually, this Overseer stops +1 from finishing and is actually significant here. These Marines do a whole lot less damage than they usually do to this base. And now +1 is about to finish. 12 more seconds, but damn, what a delay. This Overseer. Dude, the contamination play. You don't see that every game. I think we know what the thumbnail is going to be, baby. Ooh, Lings do get a good surround here on this mech force, of course. Clem not really investing anymore into these mech units. No mech upgrades, no blue flame, no nothing. But he is investing into his bio-tank army. Look at the amount of tanks we got. We got 6 tanks out of 1 tech lab factory. Oh, never mind. Secondary tech lab factory. So double factory tank is his choice. Of course, seeing this roach-based army makes it very, very interesting to go for tanks. But Clem actually doesn't have that many roaches anymore. They're all Ravagers with Zerglings now. Of course, Ravagers are pretty good against siege tanks before the siege tanks get sieged up. Like, if Serral is in position, the moment the Terran wants to siege up, you can put Corrosive Vials on them and just get an instant kill. And siege tanks do kind of like to clump up. It takes a lot of micro to make sure that they're not clumped. Serral here, oh, going for an engagement into a very deep siege line. Banelings move commanding into the bio. Very nicely done here by Serral. And takes down a lot of siege tanks here. Removing a big part of the anchor here for Clem. And of course, that Baneling hit on the bio. Really, really helping out Serral here. If he didn't get that Baneling hit, I think Clem could be pushing through here. Nice Blinding Cloud on the tank. We see Corrosive Vials, boom, tank gone. I love these early roach openers into just Ling Bane, and then you keep like 5 of these Ravagers alive for the entirety of it. Nice yoink as well. More tanks getting shut down. Only 1 in the back here, and the Ravagers could just target that down as well if Serral can find the time, but it's very hard to find the time. If Clem is pushing up into your face, Doom Drop goes into the main base, but the Queen's already there. Serral, wow. How are you so prepared? Lings and Banes now come in for the cleanup, but that's a lot of Marines. They're all stimmed. +2 not done, and even then, they clean up that Zerg force. Zerg almost done with the 2-2. We see Ultralisk coming out with Chitinous Plating as well, which is 2+ more armor. And another drop here in the back. Another drop here at the 5th base. Serral. But he's ready everywhere. What did I tell you, Clem? If you come, you need to come correct. Oh my god, 1 Ultralisk does go down. I guess Ultralisks without armor, not that good, huh? Just big walking meat sacks. So that's what they are. And really abusing the fact that Serral doesn't have any anti-air. He has Vipers. And I guess you could say that Infestors are anti-air. And here come the Ravagers. Put the Corrosive Bile down onto the Siege Tank. And that Siege Tank does go down. We have 5, 6 more Siege Tanks. Marauders being added on into the mix to deal with these Ultras. And look at this value Infestor. 1 Infestor just getting that vision. Ultralisk is a little bit ahead of the army, but just initiates this fight very well. Infestor just providing vision here. And that's so many Ultralisks. 6 Ultralisks just going in. Oh my god, the monster fungal on that Infestor does get clicked down by Clem. Like, goddamn, you stupid Infestor. Don't fungal my army. And that whole army just got eaten up by the Ultralisks. Once they were fungaled, they were doomed. And now Serral, is he going to go into the 4th base, or is he going to go for the kill? Oh, 1 lone Ultralisk into the 3rd base. Ultralisk run by. And the Bio in the back here can finally snipe these Ravagers, but the 4th base does go down. Ultralisk don't have the speed upgrade, so they can get kited out, but very red Bio here. Because of all the stimming, 50 SCVs die, the gold base dies. And like that, Serral takes the first game over Clem. And Serral taking out Clem in the first game there on Equilibrium. And Clem came out with a pretty cute build on that map, going for the double fact Cyclone Hellion harassment build, like putting on hyper aggressive pressure early. And Serral just playing solid there, not overextending himself, not taking that gold base that would spread him out a little bit too thinly. No, he took the very compact base setup. He got the Roach Warren, and he delayed that harassment for as long as possible. And that harassment never really found the value. Never got to kill 20 Lings early. Never got to kill a Queen early. Didn't get to snipe drones early. It just took away energy from the Queens, and then at some point, Serral pulled the trigger when he felt strong enough. And when the dust settled, Serral was just sitting on 3 bases, saturated already, and Clem was trying to transition into a Bioforce, and he did. I like the follow-up from Clem a lot, going for that double factory push with the siege tanks, and you saw the setup at the 3rd base. Like, that multi-layered siege tank line was very hard to deal with for Serral, but he did. Like, it looked like a death zone. But somehow Serral knew exactly how to engage that, how to pick off the siege tanks, how to not commit all of your army, not overcommitting, and yeah, this is just something only the GOAT can do. Most Zerg players just kind of die there. They A-move all of their Zerglings and Roaches slightly too clumped into the siege line, and then the Banelings are not on move command, so they like explode on a tank or something. But Serral just executing perfectly. We don't see a Reaper this game, actually. Oh, never mind. There is a Clem Reaper. It's like, what? Clem Reaper going out on the hunt. He wants a kill. He got 1 in the last game. Now he's going to level up, go Super Saiyan, get a second Zergling kill. Do it. 1 kill on the Reaper already. But now, Big Mama Queens do spawn onto the map. All the drones pulled off the gas. 3rd base down for Serral. As standard as we get. We see 1 factory here for Clem with a 3rd CC, so he's switching it up. He's going for the 1-1-1 with a very fast 3rd CC. Going for that Hellion, perhaps Banshees as well. We see a starport here, might see a tech lab, and then I'm very confident in saying that it's going to be Hellion Banshee. Might be Hellion Raven, could be. Could be Hellion Liberator. At this point, it could even be Hellion Marauder. Like Hellbat Marauder all-ins. I don't know if people remember that. I know everybody thinks that they should be bad, but still everybody loses to them on ladder. So, putting one of them in your best of 5 lineup, I think could be pretty good. But as Clem, that's kind of difficult. Doing a sub 50% win rate build that can still snipe a game in a best of 5 that you're already down 1-0 to Serral. Yeah, that's a tall order. I would also start to doubt a little bit. Now, we see a Liberator coming out here from Clem, and Clem's super annoying with these. He's constantly re-sieging these Liberators instead of just setting and forgetting like they should be used, honestly. Tech Lab on the racks. Is he going to start Stim? He's actually starting Stim, so no Banshee. But just straight up Stim. Or Clem here, only getting a Liberator. So no Banshees at all. If you see this setup, you would think that... Oh, actually... Serral gets a little bit too late to get tricked by that. If you see this and you don't see an upgrade yet, you think it's going to be swapped around for a Banshee. Now we see 2 more barracks being added on, so we see a big bio push being planned. I wouldn't be surprised to see an engineering bay go down soon. Ooh, double engineering bay, going for the 1-1. And Tag Lab on the factory here. So going for 1-1 siege tanks. And then probably going to expand to a 3rd base, pressure a little bit with the 1-1, and go for a big push with the 2-2 is what I'd expect, but don't have to do that. You can also just all in with the 1-1. Exactly because you don't expect it. Serral getting up his 3 bases. Oh my god, the Liberator Zone. Making sure that this 4th base is slightly delayed. And the Queens barely can't get the Liberator kill. But the Liberator also couldn't get anything done. 0 kills. We have a Spore Crawler in the natural. Really annoyingly positioned for that Liberator to try and get anything done. The Hellions have been trying to push back the creep, but it's not been effective. These double queen groups popularized by Raynor, of course. I mean, I still remember the first time I was watching Raynor stream and he was playing like against 3 pro gamers playing Terran, you know, in Archon mode to practice for the World Championship. I mean, that paid off. He won. And he just started splitting up his queens into 2 groups, and I was like, oh my god, like, it's so obvious, but it's so... like, nobody does it. It's so obvious, but nobody does it. And now, if you only have 1 queen group, which I still only have 1 queen group, you are kind of behind on the meta. And look at the creep spread. This is not creep spread that was done against Hellions. Or at least, I guess Hellion Banshees would be kind of better against this, but still... How many Hellions do we have on the map? We have 6 Hellions, and the creep is so far out? Dude, Serral is a god. 2nd factory being added on here for Clem. An armory is being added on. Bunch more barracks. So this move out, I feel like... Oh, look at this position. We first saw this with Hero Marine. Oh my god. With the siege tank over here, you have a very nice anchor. Your Marines can retreat all the way into this corner. We even have this Liberator. Can use this high ground to stay out of vision as well. And Clem just trying to shave off as many units as possible. He's not looking to commit or take this 4th base. Of course, if it happens, right? But he's mostly here just to trade out, put pressure on Serral, make him make more units. Don't let him go up to 90 drones for free, you know. And now 1-1 is coming out for Serral as well. It's already done for Clem. Oh, the Banelings try to get on top of the Marines here, but the Hellions come in for support. The siege tank and the Liberators do get cleaned up. The Hellions are still on the map, so if they stay alive, yeah, they can become a Hellbat force and really help Clem's army here. Now we see more reinforcements coming out, but still the tanks are staying back. Well, we see Widow Mines being added on here. So one tank, one factory for tanks, one factory for the Widow Mines. Now I like that a lot. Like I said in the first game, it's kind of difficult to engage as a Zerg player. Especially when you're not balling like Serral here. But this is a lot of Lingbane Queen ready to just collapse onto this juicy bio army. And Clem really playing carefully here, not overextending onto the creep, because the moment he steps one step too far, the Banelings run in and kill all of his Marines. We have one of these siege tanks here at the back again. Hellbats defending them from any Ling run by. And wow, even a bunch of Marines over there just waiting for this army to come in. It's like, well, Serral, I already knew you were going to do this, and I'm ready for it, but this is a lot of bio. But Clem is getting a really good trade. Look at the Banelings trading into the Hellbats. And that's a lot of Banelings dead. Banelings do trade pretty well into Hellbats, but the Hellbats also killed quite a few Lings, and now Widow Mines are being added into the mix. 2-2 is starting up. We even see concussive grenades coming out for the Marauders that might be added on later, but we see Hydralisk coming out. No Hive this game. Not fast, at least. Of course, he will be adding on a Hive at some point. Oh, and here come the Widow Mine shots. Jokes, you thought I was going for siege tanks? I'm going for Widow Mines, brother. We see Liberator Mine coming out with the bio upgrades. And Serral here finally adding on Hydras into his army. Oh my god, big surround of the Ling Bane. Hand around the waist. Decent hit by the Banelings on the mines. Little bit of friendly fire, and then one Baneling finds a big chunk of Marines. The tank does go down to the army of Serral, and then Serral immediately retreating. He just uses his army to zone away all of the Marines, kills the tanks, kills the mines, and then retreats. And loads up for a secondary defensive punch. And now we see Clem doing a multi-prong attack here. Widow Mines and Marines slowly, no, well, not slowly, just blitzing into the area of Serral here. Now notice that this area is very not contested. Serral's doing a good job of playing the map here, huh? One siege tank, bunch of Widow Mines. Oh my god, dude, so annoying for Serral to deal with on both sides of the map. Just getting punched. But Serral counterpunching, sending his units in onto the both sides. Like, if it's hard for me to micro to defend, it's also hard for you to micro if I attack on both sides. So very active defense by Serral there, collapsing onto both sides and managing to punch through. Ooh, Medevac does go down to the Hydralisks. Now Hive is underway, Lurker Den is underway, we see +2, Carapace is out, 3-3 underway for the Terran. Terran is four bases now, getting more CCs. So actually, Clem just okay with playing a longer game here. He's been trading out pretty well, but hasn't gotten any of those miracle trades that just make you feel bad man as a Zerg player and lose an entire base. He has cleared up quite a bit of creep here on the middle of the map, or kind of the left middle of the map. Unlucky Widow Mine. Could have hit so many units. Clem just not giving up this ground. Serral can't take these bases confidently because there's always units here being annoying from Clem. And now the big push is coming over here, and Serral can't know that. He doesn't have the Zolnaga, it doesn't have Lings here. Like, Clem can decide to push up top or decide to push to the left. Do see a 5th base going down for Clem. Main base almost mined out. We see a Ghost Academy being added on as well. More upgrades from both sides, and the first Lurkers are coming out. Oh, Clem. The Banelings. Ooh, decent hits there, but the Marines do persevere. And now, how are you going to stop this? We actually see Infestors. Nice, very nice. I love Infestors. Get those Fungals, especially when you have Ultralisk. Fungals are so sick. Oh my god, no! Oh, I didn't think about that, but Fungal plus Hydralisk. Suddenly Hydralisk can actually catch up with the Medivacs. Oh my god, when I make Infestors, they're just stuck behind the Hydralisk. They're like, I want a Fungal, but they're too far away! And then you just never get the Fungal. They're also nice to get some vision on Widow Mines, I suppose, if your Overseers have all been sniped. This is a lot of Zerglings. I want to see that crackling upgrade come into play as well. We do have a hive. And once the cracklings are out, Zerglings can ransack this third base, can ransack the natural. Lurker range is coming out as well. Ooh, the Lings are going out, trying to surround this army. And most army units do get picked up into the medevac. One lone marauder does get picked up. Nice hold position into peeling off the units by Serral there. Oh, but Clem breaking through here at the top base, at the fourth base of Serral. No lurkers here. Widow mines have been burrowed down. Oh, look at all the hits. And all of these Zerglings do get shredded by the Zerg or by the Terran army. Now Ghost being added on as well. Ready to EMP? I'm not sure what they are here for. I guess sniping Hydras is not too bad. But you want to snipe lurkers, you want to snipe Vipers. But there's just not a lot of them out here. I feel like Clem already sniped them earlier. And Clem doing that two-prong attack. Look at Serral's supply slowly but surely dwindling. He has a lot of bases, but he just has to keep pumping money into defending them. And Clem is just taking very nice engagements, just trading off very well, and now building more CCs. Spirit is smiling somewhere. Lurker Ling comes in. It's Brood War, baby. To defend his base. Nicely anchoring the position of Serral here with the lurkers, but now the ghosts are out, and ghosts outrange the lurkers with their snipes. And so the lurkers just get sniped off and killed. So it feels very bad to make lurkers against ghosts, especially if you're already kind of like on the back foot. Because you need to get super good hits. It's still good to put them on top of ramps and stuff. But especially if the creep is already receded super far like this, you can't punish the ghost for walking up and sniping your lurkers by doing a collapse on top of the Terran army, because there's just no creep to facilitate that. You really need to catch Clem out slipping with a bunch of fungals, perhaps. What are these Vipers used for? They might get sniped, but I think you want to put Parasitic Bomb on the medevacs. Oh, Clem pushing in. A lot of ghosts here. 5 ghosts ready to snipe these Vipers, and perhaps the Hydralisk as well. But we see a counterattack here by Serral. Very cool. Forcing Clem back a little. He needs to deal with this. Just a couple lurkers making sure that there's just a little bit more time for Serral here. Look at that. Now Clem attacks. But Serral already got another round of units in. Even getting a couple of these investors. One fungal and this whole clump of units just giga dies. Ooh, Widowmine actually hits a couple of the medevacs there. And Clem does have this Selnaga tower. Could have this one as well. And if Clem controls both Selnaga towers on this map, he's pretty much going to split it in his favor. Serral did take this 6th base. Getting Burrow and Crackling upgrade, finally. I feel like that is long overdue. Because Crackling with +2 is already insane. With +3 is just bonkers. +3 armor even. Wow, Serral's had Hive so long just not getting those crucial upgrades. Really feeling like he needed every single unit that he could get. And of course, Clem was just piling on that pressure again and again and again. Look at these parasitic bombs. Putting all of these medevacs into the red. So next time they are in a fight, they will die to any amount of anti-air. Be it the parasitic bomb, be it the fungal, be it the hydras, be it the Widowmine splash. Look at the creep. It's just not being replanted. All of the queens are dead, and no queens are being built from that base. So Serral mostly fighting off of creep here. Wow, taking a pretty ambitious engagement here with a lot of banelings. Trying to get the banelings onto the ghost, which is big value here. Caduceus Reactor coming out again. And even building armor. Now we see Libs coming out as well. Oh my god, this is the worst composition to play against. Widowmines, Liberators, and Ghost. Like, as a Zerg player, you just... you shiver when you see that composition. When you see, like, 3 Siege Up, 4 Widowmines burrowing, and, like, 1 Ghost cloaks and runs into a base, you're like, oh no. Oh no. Now look at this Infestor, given all of this vision, dude. This is so much vision for a burrowed unit. I can't stress that enough. It's crazy. Just straight up map hack here for Serral, and once Clem... Oh, if Clem, like, bunches up and tries to retreat, suddenly he gets fungled. Oh, Vipers get EMP'd there. Oh, and burrow, but he notices he doesn't have enough energy for fungals. Immediately burrows again, but Clem scans and kills that infestor. New infestor is being built. He's one of those spies from TF2, right? Where he's just in the back, like, gotta get that information, and then I'll snipe their backline. Oh, big snipes going. Oh, boom, 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 onto the Hydralisk. The firing squad is operational. Look at the amount of ghosts here. 10 ghosts. Kind of looking like X's. Oh, a big fungal on the ghost. And here comes Serral. Ready to eat all of your Terran units. Of course, you can't pick up units that are fungled, which is an added benefit of slowing them. Almost rooting them in place. And, ooh, the snipes don't go off. Nice disjoint there by Serral. This one infestor really anchoring the fight here, but Serral struggling to max out, whereas Clem's economy is rolling. The war machine is ready. 6 lurkers coming out, trying to defend. Look at the amount of liberators. The freedom is here, cutting off Serral from his other bases. And he's just stuck in a corner here. We do see a Nidus Worm going up into the main base. I love Serral looking for some counterplay here. I hope to see some lurkers and lings come out there, and if he can get on top of the production here, that would be crazy. Of course, there's no siege tank, so banelings can try and get those connections kind of freely. As long as they don't take Widowmine Splash to the face. Now this base almost dying. Oh my god, and Clem takes the second game. The Nidus Worm in the main didn't really do enough damage, and Serral couldn't hold on to this base. Didn't think that this base and this base was enough compensation. And Serral with 130 supply taps out, and Clem in a slugfest of a game takes game number 2. And Clem takes us to a game number 3, all tied up 1-1. Of course, Clem showing a masterclass of Zerg versus Terran on hard lead there with the 2-prong, keeping a small force at either side of the map and just choosing seemingly at random for Serral which position he was going to reinforce with a big swell of units. And Serral just had to be ready for either side, and slowly but surely, really the war of attrition that Clem employed took down Serral in that game. And now we are here in game number 3 for Alcyone, which is, I think this map is really cool. Kind of makes me think of Golden Wall in a way. And quick intermittent PSA, public service announcement. Be sure that you are subscribed to my channel. It really helps my dream of becoming a full-time esports caster. So, thank you. Also, I hope you guys are excited for Katowice coming out this weekend. When this video comes out, I think it comes out on a Friday, it has already started. So be sure to watch the World Finals of 2023, of the 2023 season basically. Because the best players are there. And Dark's gonna win. And if Dark doesn't win, maybe Raynor wins, or maybe Serral wins, or maybe Maru wins, or Hero. I don't know, they're all pretty effing good. But somebody's gotta win, and you want to watch it. Oh, actually, Clem blocking the third base with SCV here. So Serral not getting a quick and easy third base on this map. How is he going to solve that? Already a kill here on the Reaper. And secondary... Oh, going for a secondary link kill, but actually decides against it. Clem Reaper not really clemming it up. Not looking good for Clem. Only one kill on the Reaper, but very interesting to see that the third base for Serral just completely denied here. But the Queen just walks over. He's like, yeah, I know how to deal with this. The Queen just walks over, shoos away the Reaper, and then I built the hatchery. Third base down for Serral. Slightly delayed, though. So maybe Clem can do something with that. We see similar build to game 1, but now he goes for a double barracks instead of a starport. Quick command center still. And we see double Hellion coming out with a secondary barrack. So this looks like a 2-1-1. Where we get stim, we get 16 marines and 2 medevacs, and we just go, go, go. Deny the creep, try to get some damage done. Ooh. Lings coming into the base here. 3 speedlings, kill 1 SCV, and then get into the main base, get all that juicy scouting information. And Serral knows exactly what's going on here. He sees 2 barracks super early. This means you can drone. And then around 5 minutes, 5:30, you want to make sure you're kind of ready for that medevac attack. If I recall correctly, it's been a couple years, guys. Maybe that attack just comes earlier nowadays. Starport coming out, getting a reactor for it. Yeah, so this is definitely the 2-1-1. This is the Björn build, basically. This is something Björn did for basically every game when he won his world championship in 2016, I want to say? Damn, dude. Time flies by when you're having fun. Was it 2016? I think it was. Whoa. We're all getting old. But that's life. We wouldn't want to live forever. Think about it. Being immortal and having to live forever. Like, everything would become pointless and boring. And everybody around you dies. If they are not immortal. So you'll become very lonely. It's more of a curse than a blessing. Is what I think. I don't know. What do you think? Stuff slowing down slightly here. But Clem is about to move out with these marines. And as soon as the medevacs pop, Armory's coming out as well. So Armory before engineering base. What the hell? Why this Armory? Secondary factory as well. Is he transitioning into mech? Off of a 2-1-1. That is actually the hypest shit I've ever seen. You see Widow Mines. Maybe just double fact Widow Mine? Do you see combat shields as well? Tech Lab on 1 factory? What is Clem doing here? I guess it's like a biomech style here. Just 3 fact marines with the drilling claws. I like that. Switching it up again, so no siege tanks this time around. Clem really keeping Serral on his toes. He has to check, he has to keep thinking. But look at all of the creep tumors here. Is Clem going to commit a scan for that? Ooh, Serral actually committing into the roaches with +1 armor. So completely choosing a different style here that Clem has to play into. No Lingbane Hydra. No, he's answering this with the roaches. Getting a super fast infestation pit, getting the Baneling Nest. So kind of a build that Serral showed in game number 1. And roaches, of course, super solid defensively. But if you get stuck on roaches as Zerg, you are in a world of hurt. Now, we do see siege tanks coming out kind of as a response from Clem. Because if there's a 1-1 roach all-in, you want to have those siege tanks. So the roaches also force a lot of answers from Terran. So in that sense, they can be good, but you want to transition out of them. Get those links, get the Ravagers, get the value. And apparently transition into a super fast hive. Ooh, Serral going for the gold base. But again, ignoring the gold for as long as possible. He's all about the medals. It's all about them trophies. He's not about those gold bases. +2 Carapace coming out right away. Baneling speed. I wonder what the hive is for. Is it for super fast Ultralisk? That's what I'm thinking. I think it's for Ultralisk. Like 2, 3 infestors and giga fast ultras. 4th base coming out for Clem here. Clem playing rather passively this game. Trying to get a bit of a longer game going here. Kind of like we saw Baby Marine do in the last series that we cast from him. Ooh, I don't mind decent hit, but Corrosive Bile is a good spell. Big Widow Mine drop. Oh my god, 14 drones died. This is not ZVP, Clem. But he still goes for them. Big Widow Mine drop. 15 drones. Look at that. Clem. Playing to his strength here. Now we do see all this super fast adrenal glands. Look at that. 8-minute adrenal. With double ups as well. Nice macro hatch in the main base. And the gold base is now getting up and running. Immediate saturation by Serral here on the gold base. Vipers coming out as well. But that's the only hive tech that we see. A couple Vipers as the anti-air, which is cool. If you have a Viper super early, you can start throwing parasitic bombs onto the medevacs right away. And all you have to do is like throw it, and then it does all of its damage because it just sticks on the unit. And Clem has to like split his medevacs, and the medevacs are kind of annoying units to click. So they're very annoying to split. And I feel like I can click them a little bit, but they are annoying. Now the Ultralisk Den does come out. Kind of a vulnerable position, but I guess if the Terran comes this far into your bases, you're probably already kind of getting dicked, I think is the correct term. Three medevacs going up into the natural here of Serral. Serral not taking this base just yet, only now going there. But look at the creep spread. Clem doing a really good job of keeping the creep spread back. If I look at the base, Serral, or at the minimap, Serral's really tucked into his own corner of the map for a long time in this game already. Big drop coming out. Clem does the pickup, but look at that. Parasitic bombs and the yoinks onto the queens. Oh my god, two medevacs full of units completely die, or one was full of units. And the position in the middle also getting overrun. Oh, that's not good for Clem. Look at the supply. It's slightly inflated for Serral because he has a bunch of roaches, but also Ling Bane is very cheap on supply. So it's still a fearsome army here for Serral. 115 supply, more Banelings and Lings being added on. We even see chitinous plating for the Ultralisk coming out. Look at him jiggle, bro. Look at him. Nom 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 nom. Looking good, Ultralisk Den. Double CC coming down for Clem, though. He doesn't care about short-term gains. He's in for the long haul. He's only buying EFTs. All of his holdings are in the S&P 500. And we see this one sneaky infester, dude. This is the greatest advancement of CVT we've seen in a long time. And parasitic bombs going onto the medevacs as well. Widowmine, super big trader, kills that medevac. And we have a bunker here as well. Very cool. Defensive bunkers, how often do you see that? The Marines inside were actually stimmed? I don't know if you guys know that, but you can click the bunker and then click the stim hotkey. And the units inside will stim, which is why all of these Marines are now yellow health. Oh my god, big Ling Baneling run by into the fourth base of Clem and just click down the PF. And Clem loses that base, but luckily he had two spares lying around immediately, just kind of like changing a tire on a car. He's like, oh, okay, I need a new one. Just grabs one from the trunk, bam. New base, up and running again. They're looking like Vanguard here, just boosting it, putting a couple workers to build the building, and it's done in like 3 seconds. Serral slowly but surely taking the entire map, though, using this gold base to fund his endeavors on the sides of the map. Taking these, like both of these side bases, which are kind of tough to defend, but the wally aspect of this map, weird word, but okay, like look at this. Clem can't move through here, can't move through here, can't move through here. So getting to this base is only done by air for Clem. Getting to this base, and even this base, is just kind of hard to do for Clem. So he's only playing the middle of the map and the top of the map. The only thing that Serral really has to contest with is drops like this going to his bottom bases. And that's why Serral's putting on so much pressure here at the top of the map that, oh my god, 4 Dropper Lords ready to put on the hurt. Want to see a big Ling Ultra drop going into the main here. That would be super cool. I would love to see Serral just kind of dump these roaches now. Look at how rich he is. Just run these roaches into the middle line. Hold position them as you attack this other base. They might get a couple kills. And as soon as Serral starts doing that, I feel like he's the first person to enter the super late game of these two layers, really banking up money, trading off units with the specific purpose of replacing them with higher tier units. And now we see the quadruple drop, the Quattro, with Zerglings. But there's just a lot of Marines, Vikings, and Ghosts here. And so it's like, what? Like a minute ago that you weren't even thinking about this part of the map. And now suddenly you have a PF there. You have Ghosts and Marines there. But that looks like a lot of units. Let me just kill your 4th base again. Now won't I? With this unthinkable, unspeakable amounts of Banelings going into this PF. Oh my god. Banelings hit all of the SCVs, and now the 4th base is being targeted down by the Ultralisk, the Roaches, and the Ravagers. And the 4th base gets... Oh my god, it actually lived. I thought it exploded. Clem holds. He holds. This is not Tarson. This is Clem. And we have a cheeky Infestor here. Has a lot of energy. Can fungal 3 times, I think. Or 2. It's 75, so it's 2. Clem slowly but surely taking a 5th base on this map. He's playing the long game. It worked well in the first game, or in the second game for him. Look at these minefields on both sides of the map, just everywhere. Anytime Serral moves in with his army, he's going to take a Widowmine shot to the face. And now Ghosts are operational and Liberators are being added on. We see high-sec auto-tracking and building armor as well. Clem wants to get that super late game going, baby. And Serral will oblige, because who can play the late game as good as Serral? Well, only few people can. Widowmine drop gets cleaned up by the 2 Spore Crawlers. Doesn't drop his Widowmine in time. Oh my god, that's so many Banelings and Ultralisk collapsing onto the army of Clem. And a lot of Ghosts were destroyed there. And all of Clem's army is still in production if you look at the supply. But Clem does survive once again, and that seems to be the name of the game for Clem here. Not really trying to win fights, he's just trying to survive fights. And let's look at the resources lost. Serral has lost a lot more resources this game. This Infestor, we're keeping an eye out on you, buddy. He's up to no good. Trying to start a fight in my neighborhood. Liberator going out. We do have Liberator range, so these libs can be super annoying. Another Liberator going out, but 2 Spore Crawlers already in position, but look at the range. Look at that range. These units just don't care about static defense. And you still can't mine from this, and the Spores can't... Maybe this one can get into range? So annoying. Big attack here from Serral once again. Nice SimCity here. Big choke that all of the units have to go through. Liberators can't really get dealt with, but oh my god, that's so many Banelings and Ultralisk collapsing onto the army. Serral's not here for an efficient trade. He's just here to make sure that that Clem can't keep mining. And of course, if we look, 1 base mined out, almost mined out, halfway mined out, and not even fresh anymore. So Clem literally sitting on 0 fresh bases. Now if we look at Serral, 1 fresh base, not even needed. Half a fresh base, half a base, fresh base, fresh base. Serral's looking good economy-wise, so if he just keeps these trades up, it's going to be 120% worth it for Serral. Clem struggling to remax here. And if he can get a 1 or 2 PF wall going here, this could actually be a monstrous defensive position for Clem. Look at the sensor towers on the map. We have like 3 sensor towers just giving him infinite vision. This bunker still persevering. Has a little bit more room now. They expanded the lot a little bit. They were allowed to build an extra room. Like a bigger garage or something. Because now they have room for 2 more Marines. This Infestor... Oh, secondary Infestor, actually. So running on into this area again, not letting Clem fortify the position. Ghost have Cloak, making sure that they can't get killed. Because there's no detection here for Clem or for Serral. Oh my god, the Banelings killing all of the SCVs there. 21 SCVs do go down. Big snipes going down onto all of the Ultralisk, and again, probably not the most efficient fight for Serral, losing 9k resources more, or 8k. Now Clem feels like he took a pretty decent trade, retakes that base again, and now flies on out, actually going for the gold base, feeling the need for cash. He's strapped for it. This base not turning into an orbital or a PF. Maybe he wants to do a reactive PF, you never know. Burrowed Zergling, ruining the dreams of Clem. Yeah, you go waste a scan on that, Clem. But he just dumped all of his mules there because he wants minerals. Just delaying that base ever so slightly now. We see freedom zones with Widow Mines and Ghost being deployed, slowly inching forward on the map. And look at this Infestor. Getting the information that Serral needs, and Serral can attack from two sides here. Already baiting two Widow Mine shots, and that's the moment that he wants to go. Oh my god, the Infestor gets the Monster Fungal, and Clem just has to retreat all the way back into his third base, into the Liberator zones. And even there, it is not safe. Banelings and Ultralisk just run on in. Another Infestor, more Fungals onto the Ghost, and all the Ghosts die. Clem is plummeting in supply, and now there's actually Corruptors to deal with the Freedom Fighters of the Liberators. The gold base is down. There's SCVs in that CC trying to stay alive. The Ark of Noah is here, but Clem can't keep it together. And Serral goes up 2-1. And Serral punches his ticket to match point, and now we're here on Oceanborn. Serral going for a 15 hatch here, instead of the usual build where you go 16 hatch, 18 gas, 17 pool. It goes for a 15 hatch before Overlord. So let's see what Serral has planned there. That's already a little different. Maybe it's better versus Reaper builds? I don't know, you just get more larvae. For a little bit of economy. Now we see Clem going for a barracks wall here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a second barracks joining to go for some 2 Reaper action, which can be pretty good on maps like these where you can wall off your natural with them. The add-ons will be on the outside of the map though, so that's kind of painful. You'd rather be in this position of the map if you do that. So let's see what Clem is up to here. Does have a lot of money for a CC, so I wouldn't be surprised to just see a CC going down with a singular Reaper. And we do see pool and gas going down for Serral as soon as he has 16 workers on those mineral lines. Or mineral deposits, fields. Trying to be as economical as possible. CC does go down for Clem after the orbital, only 1 gas. And what will Clem do with this? I guess a factory goes down here. Looking at the money. Boom, factory goes down for Clem. We see a Reaper, so he just has a nice wall early on. So the Lings can't really get in and get that scouting information like they did in game number 3. Is Clem going for the long game again versus Serral? Or does he try and play a little bit more on his timings this time around? See a reactor coming out after the Reaper. Let's see what the Reaper can get done. Clem is up against the wall here. If he loses this game, he is out of the tournament, and Serral will be crowned the victor for the 5th time. Not in a row, but he will be a 5-time Homestory Cup champion. It means that more often than 20% of the time was a Homestory Cup won by Serral. That's kind of crazy. That's a crazy stat. Third base coming out from Serral. Again, the Queen walking off creep to make sure that her droney boy can actually put down that hatchery. We see a second factory in the main base from Clem here. Tries to get a tech lab, so I feel like he's going to do the same as he did in game number 1. Go for 2 Hellions, go for Cyclones. There we go, Cyclones, and kind of do the Cyclone Helium Pressure build again. I don't know if he's going to do the Stim follow-up again. We will have to see. Look and wait. Wait and see. That's what I'm looking for. It's going to fly over the factory onto this tech lab, going for that Cyclone speed. Could also be going for the blue flame, I suppose. But nope, here he goes. Cyclone speed is coming out. We see a Reaper with 2 Hellions. But Serral already seeing this Overlord. Oh, with the Overlord, he saw the Cyclones, and Clem not having the scans. He almost has it, but he doesn't want to spend it to kill that one Overlord. Oh my god, caught in the middle of the map. This Cyclone. Oh no, that's not good. You need to defend these with your Hellions, but Serral, using that information that he had to the best of his ability, it just catches 2 Cyclones out on the map, and now more Zerg. Ooh, nice wiggle out by Clem there. Just catches Serral slipping, but the Cyclone count now reset. And that one Overlord does go down. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye, my lover. Now, Clem, your build is already neutered from the start. Serral, goading it up here. Spidey senses tingling. Roach Warren and Lair coming out again, so pretty similar build to Game 1. Or pretty similar defense is coming out from Game 1. Just Queens, Roachling. And what is Clem going to do? He is following it up with the Stim once again, getting a 3rd command center. But Clem already a little bit on the back foot here. Because he invested a lot into this build. Early 2 factory is no joke. Delays that 3rd CC a lot, delays your bio upgrades a lot. Like, we see no engineering base as of yet. There they do go down. And these units have to keep Clem alive for a long time to come. Because he needs to get that 3rd base down. And he needs to mule. So I also expect this creep to go out of control here. If Clem can't catch these creep tumors going out as they are going out, then he doesn't want to spend any scans on that, I think. And he's not going to have a Raven for a long time. Doesn't have Hellions to accidentally kill them. We do have a decent amount of Cyclones, though. 7 Cyclones on the map. Now going for double bio upgrades and the Stim. So Clem is transitioning into bio here. But look, he comes in, and I would be surprised to see a scan. Just goes and checks for a 4th base. Doesn't see a 4th base, but the drone is ready to do so. That feels bad. You check for it, it's not there, and then immediately as you leave, it's there. Oh, actually see a scan coming down, but it's a very greedy scan. Only gets like 2 tumors with it. He wanted that to be super value and a big Ling run by. The barracks tried to land where the factory was, gets stopped. Oh my god, Serral gets in there with the Zerglings, kills 11 SCVs, and Clem just getting battered and bruised here. 12 SCVs die, 46 workers for Clem, and he used a scan as well, so less... No. Look, no, oh no, look at the workers, they're not on the gas, Clem! The nerves are getting to him, he knows. He needs to get something done, and he needs to get it done now. And these Hellions and Cyclones are pressed to find the value, but in trying to find value, they put themselves into a very vulnerable position, and now we see 10 more drones coming out of Serral. Really high army count as well, and where are the defenses for Clem? Is he just going to roll over and die here too? The Roach Ravager from Serral here. Serral getting so much value. These Roaches just put them in hold position. They can kill all of these SCVs. Deny this 3rd base once again. And Clem, oh my god, he's so far in the back foot. He's almost toppling over, and Serral just keeps on pushing, not letting him find his balance here. Clem getting value out of these Cyclones, but every time Serral finds a singular hit onto these Cyclones, Overseer does go down, but no invisible units to take advantage of it. I guess your siege tank will have a little bit of vision advantage, or Ravagers have such long range. Very hard to play into Ravagers with the Cyclones. Look at that. Boom, boom. They just keep getting hits, and all that Clem is getting is damage onto the Roaches. Supply, pretty equal here. But, oh, never mind. Wow. Immediately it shifts. 170 to 130. And Clem, I think he's fine with losing the Cyclones here, but he definitely doesn't want to lose any of his bio right now. He wants to reach critical mass with the Marines here. He does have 1-1. Hasn't decided yet to go up to +2. He does have an armory, starts +1 for siege tanks, immediately cancels it for +2 bio. And I'm kind of looking here for Clem to go for a timing, but no. He's like, a timing is not going to work. I'm too far behind. The only thing I can do is get a 4th base, max out, try to take the best trades that I can, and then slowly but surely get back into the game that way. Because when I max out, his army can't get any bigger at some point. Trying to do multi-prong harass, making sure that Serral can't actually be on his side of the map without taking crucial damage. And, wow, 2 medevacs full of stim marines running away from roaches. I've seen crazy things in my day, but that is crazy. Because roaches trade terribly, but Clem just doesn't want to trade at all. He only wants free damage. And does get a bunch of creep tumors there, so delaying the creep a little bit, but we see lurkers coming out already. We have lurker range coming out. We have double upgrades coming out with the range and the carapace. Hydra speed, Overlord speed, and Serral's just going into overdrive now. Sitting pretty on 5 bases, has 5 bases in gas running. And I think he can just start pummeling Clem only on 3 bases, about to take his 4th. But is Serral going to allow that? That's a big, big if. We see another Widowmine drop coming down here, like he did in game number 3. And in game number 3, it gave him like 15 drone kills. In this game, it's giving him nothing. And Serral is not planning to give him anything. We see the yoinks coming out of onto the siege tanks, into the lurkers. Only 3 siege tanks left. 2 siege tanks left here for Clem. And Serral still maxed out, making more Hydralisk. And now he runs in. He sees Clem slightly out of position. These 2 tanks are going to die. And with that, no more siege tanks are here for Clem. And how are you dealing with these lurkers, Clem? How are you dealing with my lurkers? I've got 7 of them. I've got more coming up. I got the burrow speed coming up. And once that finishes, you can't deal with my lurkers anymore. Vipers are regenerating energy here, but we do have ghosts, so Clem has an answer. He's like, how am I dealing with your ghosts? Or lurkers? I got ghosts, I got snipes. I will slowly whittle away at these ghosts of yours, or at these lurkers of yours. Meanwhile, 4th base is going down. We have 1 lurker there, gets a decent hit onto the marines. Oh my god. Serral taking a pretty good fight here in the middle of the 3rd base, like between the bases of Clem. And, oh, this is not a favorable fight for Clem. He's fighting on 2 fronts, and his army is smaller on both sides. Now the Ling Hydra Lurker walks on to the 3rd base. He's on top of the center of the bases of Clem, and he knows it. He GG's out, and Serral is your Homestory Cup 24 champion. He takes it 3-1. Yes, this was a best of 5. And Serral is the 5-time champion of the Homestory Cup 24. The GOAT is still reigning supreme. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this finals of the Homestory Cup. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to watch Katowice. That is coming up this weekend. We are going to crown a new world champion. Oliveira might two-peat, but I think he's there to at least defend his title. Oliveira won last year. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's see if he can do it again. Maybe Serral can take back the throne. Maybe Raynor has something to say about it. Maybe Rogue comes in with a vengeance. And maybe, finally, the true world champion, Dark, will take his place on the throne. We don't know, but we will see. And I hope that you will be watching with me in the chat. I'll see you for another cast after Katowice. I'll be casting a little bit of Stormgate because that's the new hype thing right now. But if there's any games that you want me to cast from Katowice, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.